There are 210 million baby boomers, Gen X and millennials in the United States. And what do we all have in common? Aging parents. My parents suddenly announced they were moving into assisted living in 2 weeks. They thrust upon me the job of emptying their 3-story, 6,000 square foot house. I'm Ann Mracek, author of Unpacking the Attic, A Path to Healing Your Inner Child, written in real time as I emptied my parents' house and transitioned them to assisted living. As the items from my childhood were brought out of the attic and carried away, I was overwhelmed with a flood of emotions and suppressed childhood traumas. I became increasingly aware that I was still listening to limiting self-doubts, insecurities, low self-esteem, and broken relationships from the distant past. Then I had a dream. I was standing in a field swinging a sword at an invisible assailant. I suddenly stopped and realized I was alone. The battle was over, and no one told me. I had grown up. It was time to put down the sword and pick up the pen. As I wrote the stories of my childhood, I discovered it was possible to send adult perspective back in time. I talked to my inner child and learned to separate the past emotional responses from those memories. Seeing my grandfather's pipe, I had a flashback to visiting him in his apartment. He pointed to the couch and told me, "Sit down," as he and my parents went in the kitchen and ate dinner. I sat glued in fear as the smell of dinner and the sounds of laughter drifted in. Then he would come into the living room, sit in his chair, stare out the window. His pipe would fill the room with the aroma of cherrywood smoke. He never talked to me. All I ever wanted to do was sit in his lap. I decided to write him a letter. At first, I wanted to yell at him, to demand an apology. But in the end, I wrote, "I'm sorry you were broken.
I forgive you."
I lit the letter and let the smoke rise to his spirit. I gave the child within permission to get up from that couch and move forward, empowered. I learned to send love and self-acceptance back in time, to explain circumstances and events to the child that was lonely and confused. Let me take you on a healing journey of giggles and tears, to rewrite old limiting beliefs with empowered new ones, to come out the other side free, joyous, and empowered.